Another game, another win for your Charlotte Hornets, as the Hornets are now on a 3-game winning streak. Let's talk about it.
Let me take you to a place where we never can be found. On the edge of Carolina, where the sun come out the ground. Don't nobody judge nobody, only broken hearts allowed. Right outside of Savannah, about an hour from the town.
Hello everyone, it's Everything Busted here, back again with another video. And today, this is a post-game. We're going to talk about the absolute beatdown of the Atlanta Hawks by your Charlotte Hornets. Again, the first 3-game winning streak of the entire season. We're about 50 games into the season now. And our first double-digit win of the entire year. So I'm super pumped right now going into the All-Star break. And let's talk about this ball game. To start out, again, it was an absolute demolition. All right, we only allowed the Hawks to score 99 points. This team over their last 9 is, I believe, first in points per game scored. So holding them to only 40% from the field is amazing, as we shot 50. They were 9 for 38 from 3. That's 24% from the field, while we made 15 for 37, shooting 40%. We had 20 free throws today, so that's really good. We only had 12 turnovers to 16, while these last 2 we've had high turnover games because of the new guys, and they're learning on the fly, literally. So we're getting those turnovers down, which is awesome tonight. We out-rebounded them. We out-assisted them. They won the blocks, but we did have 4 to their 6. We had more defensive rebounds, just around the same amount of offensive rebounds, 15 to 12. But the real difference when I look at the team stats here is fast break points. We had 21 fast break points, and really what I can see from that is they were getting misses, and we were getting the ball, and then we were pushing it in fast break opportunities. They weren't getting back, and we were taking advantage of that. Micic is great at that. Man is fast. He uses his speed. Miller was getting out. So a lot of team basketball. We're moving the ball and all that, but we're going to get into that in a moment. We did have 7 steals. Again, that was also huge. Trey Young had a couple terrible passes. I mean, where he was trying to push the ball in fast break opportunities, but he was just throwing it away to Brandon Miller, throwing it away to Trey Mann, especially in that third, fourth quarter. So, great execution from this team. But we're going to get into the Hawks real quick before I get started. We're just going to talk about a couple guys that really struggled. DeJounte Murray played terrible. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. We were able to keep him in check, holding him to 5 for 15, shooting 1 for 7 from 3, 33% from the field. As Trey Young was also 33% from the field, 4 for 12, 2 for 8 from 3, only 12 points and 12 assists. And that was their entire offense. The only guy who really showed up today was Jalen Johnson, 19 points and 12 rebounds. But you're not here for Atlanta Hawk breakdown. Let's go ahead and talk about our guys, man. Trey Mann, he was a dude that I was super, super happy to get. He's twitchy. He's fast. He's a combo guard. He can play the point and he can play the 2. He loves to get involved in pick and roll sets and finding lobs. And he's not what you would think is he's a score first guard. No, this dude, he's quiet, but he had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. The one thing I love the most, I love his offensive tenacity, but the thing that I love the most about him is he gets in there and he gets rebounds. He is feisty. He will go up, and he literally went up with like 2 bigs, Richards and I think it was Bruno of the Atlanta Hawks. And he went up there and he grabbed that thing. That's stuff I love. Intensity, being aggressive, not being afraid to take hits and bumps. We needed that. We needed more guard rebounding. You're not getting that out of Nick Smith Jr. I don't think he's going to be a guy who grabs 4 or 5 rebounds a game. You're definitely not getting that out of Bryce McGowan. You're not getting that out of JT Thor. You're not getting that out of those guys. So to be able to replace that with guys who actually are winning players is an absolute win. So 21 points, 7 for 13 from the field. That's 54%. And 4 for 5 from 3. He was pulling it up from like 30 feet. I mean, he was letting it fly like Brandon Miller out here. So great game from him, and I'm super interested to see the Jazz game. Got the Jazz game next week as a All-Star break. That's going to be a while. So I think by then LaMelo will be back, I would assume. I mean, looks like he's about ready. I think he'll have to move to the bench, knowing Clifford, how this team has raved about Cody Martin defensively. He's probably going to want Cody in the lineup at the 2. Hopefully we're able to find him minutes, but we'll see what he does. Maybe Clifford surprises us and starts man. I don't know. It wasn't Trey Mann who led this team in scoring today. It was Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller has had 2 games as the new guys have come in. Very good games. I think he scored 18 points and 16 points in the last 2, but in those last 2 he had 9 shots and 8 shots. Well, today, he's starting to get comfortable. See, it's more of catch and shoot opportunities with him now. Like, he doesn't have to go out and create for himself as much. So it's beautiful to see, and it really showed up tonight. 26 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 3 blocks. 2 of those were chase downs, like in fast breaks, and he got 2 chase down blocks. He needs to go ahead and get the badge in 2K. They still got my man with 0 badges. That has to change. He deserves like 6 to 8, something like that. But amazing game from him. 8 for 19 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3. Hit all 6 of his free throws. He was getting in there. He was getting inside, creating contact. So I really loved that from him today. Played a all-around good game. Defensively that's going to take time for him defensively to grow, but he was playing pretty good defensively tonight. So a great game from Brandon Miller. Again, I'm super excited for the future of the Charlotte Hornets. This is a duo, and we'll get into it on another video, but this is the best duo since Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning. All right, this is a duo that I think can lead us to playoff success, right? Anyways, let's talk about Grant Williams. All right, in his last 2 games since coming home to Charlotte, again, he is from Charlotte, North Carolina. All 3 games were at home. So Memphis 15-8, against Indiana had 21, 4 and 3, and against Atlanta today played 27 minutes, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, plus 10. Was 58% from the field, 7 for 12. 1 for 5 from 3, but what I love about him is he's using that pump fake, right? Because he's a shooter, but he was able to use that pump fake, get his guy, and then drive inside to either shoot it or kick it out, and then a swing, and then an open 3. It was just beautiful, and he fits exactly what this team needs, especially defensively. This is the one thing. There's one play where he had, it was kickball, right? Jalen Johnson kicked it, and then it hit Grant, and they didn't call it, and Grant goes up like, what the hell, man? All crazy and whatever. Well, he got the call reversed, and that subsequently ended up with a 3-point shot. And I mean, stuff like that is stuff you weren't getting from PJ Washington, and that would have been a turnover, and that's 3 points that we wouldn't have in a close game. Maybe that's the difference of winning and losing. So stuff like that is the type of player we need. So I'm so happy with Grant. We really replaced some guys that are just not going to move the needle, man. And we got some dudes who are really damn good. And we're going to talk about them today. Give them their flowers. So love what Grant was able to do. Welcome home, my brother. Love you, man. Anyways, moving on down the line. Miles Bridges, not a very efficient game. 38% from the field, 5 for 13, 3 for 6, but hit some massive threes. He hit a dagger in that fourth quarter. Finished with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. A steal on the block. Again, he had a transition. It was a turnover, and it was about to be a dunk, and he just let DeJounte Murray strip him. And I was like, dude, oh my God, just please stop. Just, damn, man. But anyways, not much on Miles. He was good today. So Oh, since we're at him, let's not draw back from this real quick. His charges did get dropped earlier, so congratulations to Miles. Not enough evidence. Apparently, there was conflicting evidence in the case, so that's over. I hope that's the end of it, and we can move forward with him as, the decision. I hope the sound was good this entire time. If not, I apologize, but I'm not going to re-record this because I did it before, so we're just going to swing with it. With that being dropped, now we can start to talk about extension, and they didn't trade him, and he's come out on record saying, I want to be here. I want to spend the rest of my career here. So that those are pretty loud statements. So hopefully that side is past us, and if it is, then hey, I'm completely on board with bringing Miles back as long as the other stuff he's able to control that. And again, he's a grown man, he'll figure it out. So yeah, we'll talk about that more down the line. Moving on, Vasilije Micic. I pray I am saying that right. Vasilije Micic, 30-year-old rookie, former EuroLeague MVP. A guy, last video I talked about, I am super high on him. I just love his game. He's the type, exactly the backup point guard I think LaMelo Ball should have had a couple years now. I thought we had that in DSJ, but we tried to replace that with fucking Frank Ntilikina. Screw you, Mitch Kupchak. Screw you. Thank God you're gone. But anyways, Micic had 13 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 for 9, was 1 for 3, hit a big 3 there in the fourth quarter. 4 for 4, has a beautiful free throw. Only 1 turnover. This is the exact guy. I love his game. He's always trying to throw lobs, him and man, to Nick Richards. Nick Richards doesn't have to, worry about catching balls low, balls behind him and all this shit. He can just go up, be ready for the damn lob, man. Just be ready. And that's something Nick said in post-game, getting used to that now. You can just play. The ball's going to be there. It's going to be accurate now. So happy we're able to get these two guys. So a great game from Micic. Only played 19 minutes a night, but great job, man. Cody Martin. I'm not really going to talk about his stat line. 6'7", 4". His defensive impact, perimeter-wise, is something this team has needed, and now he can take more of a focus on that end rather than focusing on scoring or trying to score like 14, 18, 20 points. He can just focus on being that perimeter defender like Dennis Smith was last season, which is going to be very key going forward. And again, that will probably be his ticket to starting. I'd like to see Cody off the bench. I think more man as a starter, and then you can bring Cody in at the end of the games, into close games and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he was plus 33 today. That was the best on the team, along with Miles Bridges. Again, not much. It's not much of a stat patter or stat sheet stuffer or anything, but he played solid today. And very good defensively. We're going to touch on 3 more players. Nick Richards did his thing today, 12-7. Like I said, he just needs to go up and catch lobs, man. Like that, you have point guards now. You have playmakers. You don't have to worry about that. He was 5 for 5. The last 2 games, he's been perfect from the field. So great game from him. Lastly, Seth Curry, wearing number 30 is beautiful to watch. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching Stephen Curry out there with his fucking cradle layups that he just lobs up there and it skids off the backboard and in. I just love watching him play, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. It really brings back the good days of Charlotte Hornets basketball. Was 4 for 8 today. One of 4. Hit a beautiful corner 3 in that third or fourth quarter. So loving it. Loving Seth. I think Seth should be a rotational player here. I think giving him 15 to 17 minutes a game, which he played 17 tonight, that's perfect. Finally, Davis Bertans. I love watching Davis. All right, I feel like every time he shoots it, it's going in. And he hasn't been falling. He was 1 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 4 today. But it feels like every time it's gonna fall. So I love Davis, but he's probably gonna be out of the rotation once LaMelo comes back coming up here, and I'm super excited. And that's probably it because that's all he is a 3-point shooter. He played 13 minutes. Wait till he gets his hands on this. Wait until Melo gets his hands on this ball movement offense, on these guys who are locked in defensively. The effort is totally different because they actually have freaking NBA players, and I don't have to watch Leaky Black. I don't have to watch JT Thor. I don't have to watch Bryce McMallons. I don't have to watch Frank Ntilikina. I don't have to watch Nathan Mensah. I can watch NBA players, So, again, I'm super looking forward here, and this team has some things. I think there's a shot here to pass Toronto, and they can be competitive here. They're only 10 games back. You have 30 games here. If you can have a winning record at these final 29 games, who knows? I would rather us stay where we are and have a top pick because, if we get into the playoffs or whatever, we're going to lose that first round selection. I'd much rather have that going forward. But yeah, this was a great game. And this team's going to be super exciting. I'm going to be making a couple more videos during the week because I have time. I'm sick, have COVID-19. So, if you've heard me coughing or whatever, yeah, I'm sick, it sucks. But please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend. You know the drill. Give me your thoughts on the team, on the roster. What do you think this team can do? Down below in the comment section. Anyways, this is everything Buzz City here. Peace, guys.